Chase Thomas of the Chase Thomas podcast. Link for you to subscribe and listen in the description. Chase asked me about Zach Wilson, quarterback out of BYU, so I decided to make a video about him ahead of the upcoming draft. This isn't a full draft preview or anything like that, but I'm happy to watch a little film, tell you my thoughts, and explain why he's definitely a first-round type prospect. Let's get into it.
Wyatt gets the ball. Wyatt backs to throw. Wyatt looks. Fires toward the end zone. Pass caught for touchdown by Matthew Butler.
What's up, y'all? I'm Matt Wyatt, former player, now broadcaster, helping you get more enjoyment watching football. Welcome back to the channel. Zach Wilson at BYU, 6'3", 210. No size issues, basically listed as the same size as, say, Mac Jones from Alabama. He's certainly a quick twitch athlete. I'd say he's a better than good athlete. No idea what kind of 40 time he'll run, but watch the highlights and you see he's plenty fast enough. You watch him play enough, you'll see the ability to change arm angles, whether it's throwing on the run or off balance in the screen game. He'll improvise, break the pocket, and make yards with his legs. He looks like he's just an all-around good football player. I went back and watched, among other games, the Tennessee game from 2019, his second year in college. He showed a little magic at the end of that game where they were down under a minute left, deep on their own end, and he escaped and ran to extend the drive. He jumped up, didn't panic, got his team lined up, and then read the deep safeties and hit a huge vertical route that put them all the way down in field goal range. Now, so here he is. This is at the end of the ball game, 3 points down, and there's only 47 seconds on the clock. That's what we talk about, a little bit of magic. They're in empty, 2 into the boundary, 3 to the wide side of the field. They only get a 3-man rush. Everybody drops, just trying to keep him in front of him. And this is understanding, the situation in the game. Go make yards right here. Split it. Wait until you can't wait anymore and get what you can get. Now, here's what I like. Running the show. 36 seconds left. Again, this is sophomore year. This is not 2020. 36 seconds left. Time's ticking. They don't have timeouts. Don't panic. Get them lined up. Do it quickly. Get the play called. Getting it called to the line of scrimmage now with 25 seconds. Again, no panic, but definitely hurry up. And then right here, what's Tennessee doing? We can see one safety that they're putting deep on this hash. They've got another here on this hash who's off the screen. And you're going to get double verticals in here to the boundary, to the right side, to his right. And what happens is, I think that inside vertical sort of holds deep defenders a little closer to the middle of the field and allows there to be a hole shot to the outside vertical. Look at his eyes, not panicking, read the safety deep on that side. I've got to make a deep throw. And if it's there, make the throw. It's a really good read and put it on him with a chance to make a play. Look at his footwork in the pocket. Sit on that back foot, hitch up, shoulder square. You don't have happy feet. Make the read, drive it in there. It's a really accurate throw. Again, if you leave too much air, it's going to be bang, bang, you get hit. If you leave it behind, it's make it a little harder to catch. So you put it in this space, he and the receiver on the same page, and now you get yards after the catch. And not a great job of the safety. But this is the guy who was actually lined up on this left hash, who's coming all the way over here, try to make this play, and overruns it. And that's what got him down there in field goal range, where they were able to kick the field goal, tie it up, go win it in overtime. Pruitt was furious with his secondary after giving that play up. You can see it kind of from his angle, eyes in the middle of the field, and then drive that in there before safety can come over. One got hung out underneath, one overran it, and big yards after the catch. His career in terms of numbers really speaks for itself. For a guy who played one full season and parts of 2 others, to go out and still put up over 7,000 yards passing, never dipped below 60% completions, and most importantly, improved his touchdown to interception ratio each year. You have to be impressed. And it just showed that he's got real command of the game and is going to be able to handle competing at the NFL level. His freshman year, 19 years old, was the youngest player to ever start for BYU. I think what's most impressive was that 18 for 18 performance in the bowl win where he threw 4 touchdowns. His sophomore year, he was the starter, but injuries popped up. He missed all of spring with shoulder surgery, then broke his thumb against Toledo and missed 6 weeks before coming back. His numbers weren't as good in 2019, and he finished the season on a real rough stretch, throwing 4 picks and no touchdowns in the last 2 games. But in 2020, he was just so dialed in. There was a stretch in weeks 2 through 6 where he threw 14 touchdowns and no picks, and they blew everybody out. The only blip this season was the loss to Coastal Carolina, and overall, it was a pretty easy schedule. But he did what you'd expect an NFL quarterback to do. He dominated that schedule. Over 3,600 yards, 74% completions, and 33 touchdowns to just 3 picks all year long. Pretty impressive. Here's an example of something you want to see from any quarterback, and that is if you're going to get hit, especially if you know it, can you still be in the pocket, good feet, and deliver a strike and throw against pressure? Right here, there, and empty, they've got a receiver that's all the way down here off the screens you can't see, so it's 3 and 2 empty out here against Tennessee in this game. Tennessee, regardless of their personnel, they've got 4 on the line and 2 others coming up. So if all of those come, obviously that is 6. Well, in empty, you only have 5. So he knows right now, if I get all 6 of these coming, I got to throw hot. And you've got either a hot read or a built-in slant to protect you if you need to throw quickly. So watch what happens. Here they come, both to the left edge. One's going to occupy center. They're trying to twist another around in the middle, bring pressure in his face and get there. They pick up inside and leave the outside free. So he knows he's going to get hit by somebody. Let's watch him in the pocket. Stand in. I like this. Get your feet set, even though there's pressure. Good firm base, great posture. I know I'm going to get hit and I feel it. Wait on the break and make sure it's an accurate throw. Don't rush the throw. Don't let this pressure affect your accuracy. If you go back and you watch my Mac Jones video from earlier this year, you point that out. That's something he does really well. And evaluators look at that and go, aha, that's what I want to see. Here's an example with Zach Wilson. Zip. All right. So a little bit of a pat. You see it right here? Little bit of a double clutch. Boom. I'm thinking about now. Little hesitation, just a tiny bit of hesitation. Not really sure why. Maybe it's even, the official. But it's patience. It's knowing I got a free blitzer. I'm going to get hit, but patience to drill it in there and get that first down. That's a nice job. A little magic in that game. This is the overtime touchdown. Kind of like what we saw early, and that is he's going to get hit, but is able to throw the ball accurately. Whether it's RPO or whether it's a call play action, for the purposes of looking at what a quarterback's doing without knowing the read, he knows he's one-on-one right here, kind of skinny post slant. They're in a 3 and 4 look against this 11 personnel, tight end and a single back. He does get rush off the edge where he's putting the ball and reading in the back of the belly. The belly of the back, pulls it out of there. And I think right here knows, okay, I'm going to get rid of this football before I get popped, but this is what I want to see. When I know, there's another jersey coming to get me. Feet are square. I'm not running out of there throwing off balance. I'm going to drive that left knee right into my target, just like that, and put it on him just before getting hit. This is really good for a guy in his second year of college, and you got a touchdown out of it. And it turned out to be the winning score in the ball game. Selfie time in the celebration. Selfies with Santa. Looking right here at his throwing motion. We'll come back and look. This is good. Good, kind of wide base, maybe a little wider, but still it's athletic. And shoulder square, really nice mechanics. Ball comes out a little low. It's not one of these big, huge wind-up deals, but he seats the ball low. That's why I say it kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson, but it comes out plenty quick enough. There's no wasted motion at the top. Ball's up, little tight C right there, and turn it loose accurately. I think he's mechanically really sound. And you don't throw for as many yards as he had if you're not. Yeah, we talk about him being an athlete. You can get an example of it right here in the USC game. They're going handoff, reverse pass, going to hit him. He gets it, delay, wheel route, throw back to the quarterback out of the backfield. And, he's not a statue. He's a pretty good athlete. Gets him down there inside the 10. Now, rolling left right here, he's not perfect. This is a little bit of a mistake. You could call it lazy, but it's just a ball that gets away from him. But I'll show you what I mean. Right here, you're going to roll to his left. Now, what you want is to really push it and maybe even push it harder deep so that you can now get back vertical, like you're running downhill towards your target to make this throw, as opposed to sort of kind of flattening it out and you're actually headed this way towards the sideline. It's not terrible right here, and he does kind of get that left shoulder around a little bit, but not enough. And when he throws the football, you can see that his momentum is sort of here. He's not getting that left foot around in front for a right-handed quarterback. He's still drifting sort of laterally, and it's all arm. So because of that, you see that? It's really not hip out in front. I'm really throwing this with open hips. What I mean by that is if you were to draw a line across his body, it's actually pointing out that way. Okay, open hips. It's actually pointing out that way. So the ball is going to sail on him. So right now you got a touchdown if you put it on the pylon here, but because of the footwork, his hips are open. The ball sails on him a little bit and it's high, and you get an incompletion. I'll show you an example here. This is this year, 2020, against Boise State, where this is perfect. Same type throw, rolling to his left. Now it is a little different, not straight roll out, but it's reverse out, fake the handoff. But watch him here. So now he's really going to get going downhill right towards that target. Boom. See him right here? Really push it back deep. So now he's flipped his hips, and now he's a little bit more vertical up the field, going right towards his target when he throws. See that momentum? And you see the difference on the one from the one before. That left hip is kind of out front, knee out front. He's headed, and even if you drew a line across his belt there, he's more upfield, and his momentum is more towards his target as opposed to laterally. And so he drives it in there on an accurate throw to the sideline. And that's the way it should look. So if you look at both of these side by side, you can kind of see what I'm saying. Now, they're not perfect because the camera angles aren't the same, but the one on the left, again, that he's drifting a little bit. His momentum's a little flat as opposed to really getting those shoulders zipped around and headed right toward his target. So this one's a little flat and lateral. This one, he's much more flipped and headed downfield towards his target right at him. So he's got a chance to be accurate. You can kind of see the difference. You see the one on the left, how he's very opened up. His momentum is really not forward. It's really all throwing off that back foot on the one on the left, whereas right now on the right, at release, I'm going right towards my target. Momentum's going forward. That is all footwork. That's why you do those million drills. This one is going to lead to high throws and inaccuracy. This one is going to be accurate. And it's just a matter of footwork. So, he's a young guy. He's a young quarterback. He hadn't always been perfect, but he's pretty doggone good. And he shows you that with his athleticism. Reminds you a little bit of Manziel right there, just extending, get rid of it late, get what you can. Certainly a good athlete. Your play action, standing there, zip, perfect ball, touchdown. We're not getting an all 22 look right here, seeing the secondary, but pretty sure what they have is, man free. So you're man-to-man on everyone. They've got to tie it into the boundary. That's going to be a man-to-man responsibility of that backside corner. 4 down, 2 in the box. So it's a 4-3 look. Let's see. Yeah, so that's going to be your free safety. Your strongs walk down man-to-man, and then linebacker nickel. Do I have that right? Or did I put an extra in there? Let's see, 4-2. No, it's actually, yeah. So it's like 4-2. Maybe that's the third linebacker. Regardless, what you have is corner, okay, free safety, and then 2 more defenders, whether they're safeties or nickels or linebacker and safety, whatever it is. But we do know it certainly is man-to-man. Safety's in the middle of the field. So if you're going to hit something out here in this vertical third for a touchdown, it means the quarterback's got to either make sure he's in the middle of the field or keep him there in the middle of the field somehow. Play action kind of helps just a little. The other thing is to, peeks at him, eyes in the middle of the field, and then you got the vertical coming open. Just because number 2 wins to the outside. And whether it's a matchup thing and game plan, regardless, he wins to the outside. But it's not terrible coverage. I mean, you've got a defender who's running with him step for step and is right in his face mask, but because of the position of the football, it's a touchdown. It's really an accurate throw. And he's kind of shown in the stuff that I've watched a knack for that, throwing that deep ball. He's just got a real feel for how to get it in there. Here he is throwing out of his end zone, long throw and comeback, get him out of there. That's just an arm strength deal. It's one of those plays you could look at it and see. It's not only a matter of reading it. They're in nickel, likely 3-3 in the box and nickel. And they're soft cushion to his left. He's into the boundary. Wide side of the field, they're going bump. But he likes to match up. So this is a really long throw. And, it's the longest out route you'll throw, and that is one hash to the opposite sideline. Zip, put it on him. Good timing. Get it out of there. It's a big boy throw. We have here play action, take off, run, be an athlete. Go make a first down with your legs. Makes it kind of look easy on some of that stuff when he's skating around. He's a fast kid. Really like this because, it shows him getting the ball out of there quickly from under center. So they gave him that opportunity. He's up under center right here. Watch him, from a footwork standpoint, come back, turn your back to the defense just a little, show the football, try to hold. This is what you're trying to do. Hold those guys right there where they are just for a split second. This is where the ball is going to go on that backside hash. But right now he's looking up here to see if that safety's staying where he was. He stays. Now he doesn't have to hitch. He doesn't have to really get both feet up and hitch forward to make this throw. Just put that back foot in the dirt, get set, and drive off of it. Boom, just like that. See that? So once he gets back there, he's not stepping and then hitching up, which would get the ball out late. He understands the timing is now. Back foot in the ground, drive off of it, and immediately ball comes out. Zip it to him. Now it is behind him just a little bit, but if we're looking at it from the field, there's always that deal of you don't want to lead him into that defender, so that's probably why he puts it on his back shoulder, and it's a strike for a touchdown. Really nice play. Throwing it at the goal line. You see that a lot, bunch routes on the goal line, trying to confuse any man-to-man responsibilities they have, and he gets it. Again, timing, you could throw it a little earlier. He's reading and just straight backpedal out of a shotgun snap. See him here, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of drift, one little pat. So, you could get it out a little earlier. If you're trying to coach this to be perfect, you probably tell him, okay, right now you're seeing defender run from underneath and 2 are on top. So we already know we have the throw. So go ahead right now, put that foot in the dirt and let this thing go. Put it on that hash mark right now so that when his head turns, the ball's about to hit him. That's fine. But it's still not bad because quick enough release, I'm able to get it there with enough velocity before the defender, who's pretty close, can react to it, put it on his outside shoulder, and the receiver makes a play for him. I watch him throw, and it sort of reminds me of a bigger Russell Wilson. Very athletic base, seats the ball low like Russell, but also a quick enough release to get it out. Throws the ball deep and back shoulder stuff really accurately. Better than average athlete, plenty of velocity, throws the deep ball on opposite sideline with no trouble. Extremely productive, faced a little adversity, and came back better. He really does check all the boxes. It's easy to see why some have him projected to be the second quarterback off the board on draft night. And I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do me a favor and subscribe and like. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.